Welcome to Talks with Teads. We are here at the Media Post Luxury Summit in Napa. I am Jen Lockhart, SVP of Sales for Teads, and I'm here joined with Reid Myers. Reid, would you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Reid, as you mentioned. I lead marketing for Baccarat here in North America. Baccarat is a home brand. We're known primarily for crystal, lighting, and deco, but we also have expressions in hospitality, Baccarat Hotel, and a fragrance, Baccarat Rouge 540.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'm very familiar with it. Yeah. So you've driven strong growth across luxury brands. What guides your approach to building with both brand equity as well as balancing that with driving business results?
Having worked with so many different brands from startup to blue chip and global, working for Baccarat has presented a unique challenge, which is where we have this 260-year-old house rooted in so much history, but how do we keep it fresh? And so to drive growth for Baccarat or any given brand, I really think it's about finding the essence of that brand and what feels organic, but also finding what resonates with your current audience and specifically with a new audience without alienating your original group. Yeah,
and doing so authentically. And I think we're in such a fragmented space now. So being able to keep that consistent luxury messaging across your storytelling, if you will, is, I'm sure, a critical element of that.
Absolutely. And you want to speak to your audience, right? So there is for us, the chandelier client that might be spending $250,000 and they're receiving a different message than the fragrance client, right? Mm-hmm. But how do you keep it elevated and luxury in either case?
And aspirational, absolutely. Yeah. From your perspective, how are consumers' expectations changing in the luxury environment?
It's something we think about a lot. And what we're seeing among high net worth individuals specifically is this trend away from luxury products and a trend towards luxury experiences. Mm-hmm. And being a house of products, how we've been really trying to lean into how can we participate in experiences, whether that be luxury travel or incorporation into different activations. Mm-hmm. So I think the expectation, at the top end, luxury spending is not slowing down. It's simply changing and evolving. And so we've really tried to lean into experiences to tackle that.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. It's an environment in which you can actually do some really authentic storytelling within and obviously create a lot of content that you can continue to take elsewhere. And so transitioning into our final question, how is storytelling translating into media strategy for you? So obviously there are more places that your messaging can appear. So how is that dictated within your media strategy environments? And specifically, what channels are driving a lot of results for Baccarat?
Yeah, it all does really start with the storytelling. And so as the house evolves, the storytelling is the same, but the way we tell it is a little bit different. And that trickles down into the various channels in which we tell the story, whether it be social media or campaigns with Teads on digital. It's about taking the essence of that story and translating it to the audience that's receiving it. Mm-hmm. So there might be elements that you can tailor to the fragrance audience versus the deco audience versus the lighting audience. Mm-hmm. And really it's meeting the audience where they are with that storytelling style.
Excellent. And are you measuring a lot of that in terms of being able to understand brand affinity? And
we need it. We always can have more data, but we are measuring it and we're seeing what is resonating with different audiences based on the messages we're putting out and based on the creative we're putting out, right? And something that you put in print might have much different resonance than if you put the same thing in a digital ad. Yeah. So it's again meeting that audience where they are.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I've loved the conversation. I'm a big fan of the brand. I have to try the fragrance at some point. I haven't tried that yet, but I want to thank you so much for joining us for Talks with Teads. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
I hope you have an incredible rest of your summit and we'll grab a glass of wine later.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.